Thank you to you two, to Benjamin, to Clotilde. It was a magical moment. The combination of his wonderful text of Jean Genot, your voice, all the music that you've been able to create with almost nothing, plus the incredible, beautiful drawings with all the colors. So it was something exceptional, unusual, and I think you've touched our heart. So thank you from the bottom of our heart for this incredible moment of poesy. And it makes a perfect transition to introduce you, Alexandra Mitsotaki, who is the president of the World Human Forum. And we met almost 5 years ago now, because we had exactly the same idea. I wanted not to create Sumus, I wanted to create the World Human Forum, but unfortunately, the idea was already taken by Alexandra. In fact, the World Human Forum is exactly Sumus. The only difference is that I think that the center of the world is Venice, because we think this city can be the pilot city to regenerate humanity and to regenerate the planet. And because she's Greek, she thinks that it is in fact in Greece that the center of the world is. But except this little difference, and in fact, we decided that there is no center of the world. There's a lot of chakra. And as you know, we have many chakras in our body. And this is the same for the planet, because we think the planet is alive, is a sort of a body, in fact. So she's with us, and we are with you also when you are in Greece. And she will explain to you what is this World Human Forum and what she's doing, because we share that we need to combine different worlds together. We need to combine scientific people, and we have listened to wonderful professor with Professor Benaim, and I don't remember, I'm sorry, your name? Giovanni Morelli. And we have combined this the knowledge, in fact, that you have and that you are sharing with us with artistic moments. And we think that it is the way to communicate in the future. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Hélène. Although this is not fair, speaking after an artistic performance as the one we just witnessed makes it really difficult for me to come back to a more prosaic approach. But rest assured, first of all, I will really try to be brief. And second of all, I will focus myself on the importance of art. Hélène is right. She had the idea to create a World Human Forum in Venice, and we had just started a couple of years before with the idea of creating the World Human Forum in Delphi. Delphi in Greece, the navel of the ancient world, the place of the oracle, but also the place where it is written, was written on the temple of Apollo, know thyself. Because know thyself and relating again to ourselves, to others and nature is probably the biggest challenge we face today. If you ask somebody today what is the biggest problem we are facing as humanity, some people are going to tell you it's climate change. Others are going to tell you it's the economic inequalities, and others are going to tell you it's democracy, particularly now with what's happening in the world. Others are going to tell you everything has to do with education, and others are worried about the huge transformation technology is bringing without much control. Others again will tell you it's the loneliness crisis or the crisis of meaning. So what is it in the end? For us at the World Human Forum, and we share that conviction with Hélène and Sumus. It's unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, all at once. I would like to use this little cube here. I know you know it all, but maybe you don't know the story as it should go, because the story of this cube tells you that you solve the equation if red goes with red and green with green. That means some people are working on climate, others on democracy, others on the economy, and others again on meaning or on education. We believe it doesn't work like that. We have to work on all those sides of our cube simultaneously. So if the world is really changing from the bottom up, with a guy like the one we saw in this beautiful performance, then we need democracy. Then education is necessary. Then sustainability must not only be social, it has to be ecological at the same time. So this is what this little cube tells you. We call it the Delphi cube. Its last two sides are technology and the arts. So let me say just a few things about the arts. The arts are necessary because they do exactly what happened here. They talk to our hearts. They talk to another part of ourselves. If we humans were rational animals, the planet wouldn't be in the mess it is. We are not rational animals. We function at very different levels, and this is why we also need to address people's hearts, feelings, emotions. That we know, and we also know that there's nobody better placed to do that than artists and art, all forms of art. Right now, you witnessed drawing and painting and music and literature and storytelling all in one. It was very simple, not expensive, but all forms of art have their role to play. And today in Venice, I would like to share with you an initiative we did exactly a year ago from another ancient site in my country, ancient Olympia. I think everybody knows Olympia because of the Olympic Games, of course. But not many people have visited, and even those who have visited, not many people have seen it as we are able to show it in a film we shot in Olympia just a year ago. The idea was actually not ours. The idea to shoot the film was ours, but the concept was that of a very, very famous soprano singer, mezzo-soprano from New York, Joyce DiDonato. Whoever knows a lot about, or even a little about opera, knows Joyce DiDonato. She's probably one of the biggest voices in the world today, in the world of opera. During COVID, Joyce DiDonato felt very frustrated. She was closed up in her apartment. She couldn't sing anymore. She was anxious and worried. And she felt, is there something I can do to make the world a better place? The only thing I can do is sing. So she did a wonderful work. She put together lyrics and songs from Baroque to contemporary songs that speak about the flawed, the complicated, the broken relationship we humans have with nature. She called it Eden, like the Garden of Eden, the lost Garden of Eden. And because she is Joyce DiDonato, she went around the world and performed Eden everywhere. Covent Garden, Carnegie Hall, Scala di Milano, in Japan, in Hong Kong, in Korea, in the US, of course, just everywhere. 60 performances in the most important opera houses in the world. When she came to Athens, we thought, how many people are going to the opera? It's only for the happy few. Who is going to be able to see that performance? So we approached her and said, Mrs. Di Donato, why don't you make Eden into a film so that we have a film that we can screen anywhere without you being obliged to come every time and sing again and again this difficult performance. Her first reaction was to say, wow, that's a great idea, but in which opera shall we do it? We said, no, we will not do it in an opera. We will do it outside. We will do it in nature. Eden is about trees. Eden is about the importance to save nature and life as we know it. So let's do it in an ancient site. If you knew well Greece, as I do, and our ancient sites, I can tell you one thing. There are not many sites that look like Eden. Many of our famous sites like Delos and Elefsina and even Delphi, they don't look like Eden. There are not enough trees. There's one site that does, and that's ancient Olympia. And sometimes, you know, there is something we call serendipity. Sometimes you have to be lucky because Joyce Di Donato has a very, very busy schedule. And when she looked at her agenda, she came back to us and said, look, I would love to do that, but the only moment I have is the week of the 9th of April. And guess what? The 9th of April is spring. And guess what? The trees in Olympia are blooming, they're blossoming, and the place is more beautiful than ever. So that's when we went to Olympia. That's when we did Eden. And I'm going to share now with you a very small little video, promotion video. You will be the first to see it because we were planning to share it next on the 9th of April, just 1 year after we did the film. But you will have the preview in Venice. The idea for us now is to Arte played it. Sorry, I should have told you that Arte, the European cultural television, played it and screened it. But for us, it's not about showing it on TV. It's about bringing people together, like you are here now, bringing people together who can live it together, exchange afterwards, and get people to watch it on a big screen. And also bring children, because one of the brilliant ideas Joyce had was to invite, in every place she sang Eden, she invited local choirs. And those local choirs were children choirs. And they came and they performed one song. And the song is called Seeds of Hope. And Seeds of Hope, if you see the words, the text, it's the children speaking as if they were trees. They say, why, oh why are you doing this to us, the trees? Don't you understand that when we will no longer be around, you will be no longer around too? So because of that, we agreed with Hélène that it was the right thing to share with you today. And I do hope that as we plan to do it in Paris, in London, in New York, and in Berlin, that we will also have the opportunity to screen Eden in Venice, because after all, this is not only the city of water, it is also the city of the opera. So I will stop here and you will watch the 4-minute, I think, or 3 or 4 minute video, and I'll stay around. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. But for me, that is all. Thank you very much.
Eden here has been an amazing experience of joining people from different cultures, different backgrounds, singing music of 4 centuries, here celebrating the power of the human spirit to connect, to return to our natural connection to the earth, and to do it together.
Sur 2 jours, on a donc préparé toute une histoire qui reprend la musique et le programme de Eden. On parle de nature, on parle des gens, on parle de retrouver une façon de vivre plus en harmonie avec notre terre. Et nous tous entre nous, d'où qu'on vienne.
Joyce Di Donato's project has a powerful message that aligns totally with the message of the World Human Forum. Yes, we humans have now a flawed relationship to nature, and we must find a way to heal that relationship.
I think it will make a change because a lot of people can listen to the music and do the thing that it says in the music.
Το γεγονός ότι τραγουδάμε για τη φύση είναι κάτι που πιστεύω ότι μπορεί να αλλάξει κάποια στιγμή και τον κόσμο.
C'est assez agréable parce que comme on parle tous un peu anglais, on arrive à se faire comprendre assez rapidement et c'est une super expérience.
Αυτό που με άγγιξε πάρα πολύ ήταν χθες που ξαφνικά μπαίνουμε στο χώρο που γινόταν οι πρόβες των χοροδιών και βλέπουμε τα ελληνάκια, τα γαλάκια, τα παιδιά από όλο τον κόσμο να τραγουδάνε μαζί τον Ολυμπιακό ύμνο, στα ελληνικά, στα γαλλικά και στα αγγλικά.
C'est une grande chance déjà de chanter cet hymne olympique et de découvrir différentes langues. Donc le grec, c'est un grand plaisir d'apprendre à chanter le grec. Après, la partie française qui est porteuse d'espoir, de performance, de joie. Et puis le texte anglais qui finit par amour.
We have found in this project the children, it's been way more than just an amazing experience. It's been that, but we've had feedback from them that this has changed their lives, that they are now more confident, they feel more able to forgive. So we are bringing them together to use the power of their voice, the vision that they can change the world. We have the power within us.
It has an idea, and this idea was born right here, and it lived here for almost 1,000 years. To listen to the music and to see this wonderful performance in this unique scenery is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Es fühlt sich großartig an, hier zu sein, weil mit dieser Produktion ein kleiner Traum wahr wird. Das ist wirklich ein großes internationales Projekt, was ja auch dem ganzen Thema sehr nahe kommt.
It's always a privilege with Joyce, but to bring all of these extra people in and feel the energy of everyone together in this incredible setting has just been really a dream come true.
It's a very special program for me because the message we give to audience to create our Eden is so important.
It has been an extraordinary experience to be here in ancient Olympia, surrounded by a literal Eden at the peak of its powers, in such a historically rich place that was built to celebrate the best of humanity and to call all of us to rise to that level.
So, as you can imagine, after the festival Aquamour, our dream with Alexandra is to find a place here in Venice to invite all the Venetian people, all the children, to listen to this incredible music and this incredible message, because it is exactly what we want to do with Somos. We want to co-create a better world for us and for our children and for the next generation. We think that we need to build it, because a lot of people are fear about the future, but the future is not to be feared, the future is to be built. And for that, we need to have everybody on board. We need to have the children, because it will be for them, but also for us, because when we see what's happening in the world, I think it's also for us. So the citizens, the associations, the corporate sector, the finance people, and also, of course, the political people, all the administration. But I think it's a mistake to wait too much from the political people, because they have to manage the situation. I'm not so sure they have the time, the energy, or the money to build another world. So it is up to us, and this is what we want to do with Sumos, with the artists, with a lot of people, and we want to have we need to leverage an intelligence and a power. And for us, it's not just artificial intelligence, as you have understood for those who were with us at the opening session yesterday. We think that the highest, the brilliantest intelligence is the intelligence of nature. So yes, the connection with nature is essential, but not just that, oh, it's a beautiful place to live, or I think resource, or I think re-energize. Yes, of course, it's true, but it's much more than that. And this is what is going to be demonstrated at the Fucina del Futuro, at the Espace Leonardo, for those who have not been there yet. This is also something we are going to demonstrate at the Pavillon, the Aqua Pavillon, which is the sponsor is the World Human Forum. So thank you, Alexandra, for that. And if you have some time now, I invite you to join us at the Pesqueria for a big song, choral. We will have a lot of songs written on livret, I don't know the word, and then it's possible for everybody to sing with us, sing for water, sing for a better future here in Venice and everywhere also in the world. Thank you, and see you tomorrow, because tomorrow we have an incredible program also at the Human Safety Net. Good night.